Hey everybody, it's Tyler Austin. Thank you so much for watching. So a few days ago, I was asked on what are my thoughts and opinions on the future of 7.62 by 39 and 5.45 in the United States. Obviously, by now you know that the federal government has put further sanctions on Russia, which include the ban on the importation of ammunition. So we can no longer get 7.62 by 39, 5.45, and any other calibers made by companies like Wolf, who manufacture all their ammunition in Russia. Um, so obviously, this is a massive hit, particularly to the AK market, where obviously 7.62 by 39 and certainly 5.45, the vast overwhelming majority of those calibers and the ammunition is supplied by companies like Wolf and others that are primarily made in Russia. So, this is a massive hit to particularly the AK ammunition market. But obviously, this has absolutely nothing to do with Russia. They did this, the federal government did this as an affront to the firearms market. They just used Russia as a convenient excuse for that. So obviously they did this just as an affront to the firearms market, to the gun culture, and nothing more. They just used Russia, in all their shenanigans as a convenient excuse. So if you want this to end, this only ends. All this shit just ends when the federal government is abolished in its entirety. If you want the federal government to stop pulling these types of things, stop supporting chicken shit politicians, particularly Republicans with eye patches, who do nothing more than support and maintain the status quo and maintain the power structure of the criminals in Washington. So if you're voting for someone who doesn't support just complete decentralization and a complete dissolvement of the federal government, you're just wasting your time. Anyways, political rant over. So what is the future of 7.62 by 39 and 5.45 by 39 in particular? Well, obviously they are going to be here to stay. Obviously they got hit pretty hard with this ban. And what's going to happen is eventually the manufacturers in the United States are going to step in to fill the void, particularly with 7.62 by 39, because 7.62 by 39 is an extremely popular cartridge here in the United States. So there is a massive market for it, and at some point, an American manufacturer or several American manufacturers are going to fill that void. To fill that market. That's for 7.62 by 39, and probably for 5.45 too. 5.45's gotten a little bit more popular in the last few years. Now, in terms of Wolf and other manufacturers that obviously are now banned from importing their ammunition that's produced in Russia, what will likely happen is those companies will probably move to another country, maybe a country like Bulgaria or wherever, where obviously those sanctions do not apply, and then they can resume importing their ammunition. So that's probably what's going to happen. Wolf in particular, it's possible that they might move back to Germany, because before they actually made all their ammunition in Russia, they were actually producing their ammunition in Germany. They just moved to Russia many years ago because it was just cheaper to do so. So it's possible that Wolf might actually move back to Germany at some point, or they might go to another country, like I said, like Bulgaria or something like that, where again those sanctions do not apply. That will take a while because obviously the manufacturing of ammunition, particularly in the quantity that those companies did it beforehand, or do now, that requires a lot of manufacturing square space, a lot of tooling, and et cetera, et cetera. It's a logistical nightmare, really. So it'll probably take a while, probably maybe even a year or two, maybe even more to accomplish that. So it probably won't be a while. That definitely will not happen instantaneously. But I think that will eventually happen. as far as U.S. manufacturers, how quickly can they fill that market? That probably won't happen terribly quick either, because the ammunition market right now is crazy, and the current manufacturers are struggling just to keep up with the current demand of 5.56 and 9mm and all that. So they're already kind of stretched thin. They will eventually fill that market, but probably won't happen super quickly because, again, they're already stretched real thin. Now, should you panic and go sell all your AKs and all that? No. You can still get 7.62 by 39 right now. You can still get 5.45. Obviously, the prices have gone up on them due to the ban because it's not coming into the country anymore. But again, eventually this market will be filled, and you'll be able to get the ammunition for it. At first, it'll be filled by U.S. manufacturers, but again, I think those other companies, like Wolf and these other manufacturers that primarily made all their ammunition in Russia, will again move to another country so they can fill that market, because the United States was a very large chunk of the ammunition they sold to. So I don't think they're willing to give that up so easily. So that will eventually happen, but again, that's going to happen pretty slowly because ammunition manufacturing is a logistical nightmare. So yeah, that's the future. I mean, it's here to stay. It's not going to go away. Yeah, right now there's going to be shortages, obviously, and prices are going to go up as they already have. But it's no reason to panic and go sell all your AKs. You are going to be able to find ammo for it. You can still find ammo for it, and in a little while there will be ample production of this ammunition, at least in the United States, and again, from the other companies who will eventually move to avoid the sanctions. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, depending on where you're watching this. I'm Tyler Austin. Thank you so much for watching.